Hey yo, what is going on guys? Cash and Clean here, and for today's video I just wanted to talk about all the stuff they added for this current PTS update, patch, whatever you want to call it, Adepts 2.0. So basically, if you don't know, I talked about this a little bit in my previous video, so if you do want to check out the PTS, the Kraken, all the stuff that they're adding, feel free to check out those videos. But I wanted to go over the newer stuff that they added, and then the potential of earning a bunch of credits. So before we get into that, the new area over here in D15, if you can access that, is going to have new fish. You're going to want to fish over there. They're going to be tradable as well. And basically just have to get the uncommons and the commons. I was able to pick up a common one over here. And the fishing pole really doesn't matter. I just used this one over here. So nothing really too fancy. But I'm pretty sure you can use any of the fishing poles. But for the rare fish, you do want to craft that rare specific one. And before I actually show you guys that rare fish, I just want to go over that they added this little area over here in the shores of Everdark. So on top of the 1-star dungeons, I think that was released like a while ago that they added the 1-star dungeons and then the fishing stuff on top of them. So as you can see, we have a bunch of 1-star dungeons. We have the fishing stuff up on the top. So just in case you missed those event fish, they're actually back now. And then around the area, you'll find this little hub area. You can't use cornerstones, but at least you're gonna have this, and you realistically don't really need this, but there's a loot collector here, and then there is the personal chest, and then we have these two things over here, and then I don't know why there's a rally blade on the other side, but everything important is over here. I feel like the only thing that's missing is like an NPC that gives you a quest or something, but I don't know, that's besides the point. So anyway, let's go over to D15. Let me show you guys the fishing stuff. Also, I'm pretty sure I'm not using a mod for this, but they redesigned the ore a little bit from what it looks like. This is the lichen stone, I think. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. I actually don't like this. I like the old design a little bit better. That's just me though. Maybe you guys like this. I don't know. I feel like it's not a mod. I don't really use any ore mods. But anyway, we found a ship, so we're going to talk to this guy over here. And in order to craft this, not only do you need these resources here, but you have to have the uncommon fish as well. And then once you have this fishing pole, you can fish for the rare fish that are in the D15 area. So I guess anywhere that has water and a fishing pool. I kind of already talked about the Kraken, so that's going to be the step right here, but they added a new tab for decorations. So they added some new blocks, and I'm going to get into this a little bit, but there's going to be some new mastery stuff here. And then they also, if you go to allies, they added a bunch of new dev dream allies, and the newer ones are going to be towards the bottom over here, at least for me it is. But the one that I wanted to talk about the most is this one over here called Bruh. It's minus 42 stability. So if you guys are able to get 0 stability somehow and then equip this, I'm actually kind of curious on what negative stability looks like. How far do you actually get launched? Maybe we won't know because all the people that get launched end up in Trove 2 where it's better. The rest of us are kind of stuck in Trove 1. But then again, Overwatch 1 was better than Overwatch 2, so who's really winning over here? Anyway, I'm not going to go over the quest too much because it's pretty straightforward stuff. And in order to get these recipes, you're going to have to fight the Kraken. And basically, according to the patch notes, at least it says that there's going to be some kind of fee, and you're gonna have to talk to either the Kraken or some NPC around there. But basically, if you find the Kraken, just have a look around, check the NPCs. You'll be able to craft some recipes. There's some new mastery items. I went over that in my Kraken video. And normally I just link the patch notes to you guys. I'll still do that, but I want to show you guys the stuff they added. So there's a new loading screen. Like I mentioned, the dev boxes and the new decorations that they added. But I do want to talk about this specific thing. There's something here for Trove creation, so something that you guys can design. Now, I'm not an expert on this, so I can't really give you guys a proper tutorial, but I'm sure you guys can figure it out. Maybe there's like a YouTube tutorial for how to do these for a voxel type game. But basically, it's going to take you over here for Trove creations. Basically, from what I'm understanding is that the devs just don't have a proper team, so they don't have like a design team, if that makes sense. So they're taking a lot of the stuff that we make, the community. You know, maybe they have a design team, but it doesn't really seem like it. Anyway, the main thing that I wanted to talk about was the rewards. So the cool thing about these rewards, I talked about this in my Flux video, but just in case you didn't watch that video, I'm going to go over that here. So we have the creations here. So all of the things you guys can create, so styles, decorations, allies, all the way up to 3-star dungeons. If we take a look at the right side, you can get up to 60,000 credits and 10 golden chaos chests. So if you want to get the mastery stuff or just credits in general, because who wouldn't want the credits, all you have to do is design one of these things here, and you have to submit it and have it approved by the devs. If it gets approved, then you get a bunch of these things here. So like for an ally example, if you design that, it's 10,000 credits and then 50 codes that you can give away to other people. And yeah, this is for 3-star and higher dungeons. I feel like for a 5-star dungeon, you should get maybe a little bit more. And this also doesn't make sense because there are no 4-star dungeons unless you get a bugged 5-star dungeon in like topside or something where it spawns 4 boss rooms and it counts as the entire 5-star dungeon. Maybe that's actually intended, but who knows. Either way, this is something cool that you guys should definitely check out if you want to design any of these things or are able to. Like I said, I can't give a proper tutorial, so maybe you guys can figure it out. If I was to figure this out solo, maybe you can check out the Trovosaurus Discord server or something like that, or the official Trove server, and maybe they can help you out in there. or maybe you can check out some YouTube videos for a voxel type game, how to mod these things. And the last thing that I did want to mention from this area is that they're asking you to design a texture block. Like I said, just upload your designs here. So like I mentioned, I'm going to link all this stuff in the description down below so you guys can check this out. Maybe you guys are interested in it. Anyway, let's get on to the next part of the patch notes. So basically, I already talked about it, but the Shores of Everdark don't have the cornerstones. They have the outpost stuff with all the loot collectors, the rejuvenation stations, stuff like that. And luckily, there's something over here for the increased spawn chance of the Kraken eggs when defeating dungeons in the Longshade area. Alright, so in order to find the Kraken eggs, it's going to be like a spider-looking thing. This is what it's going to look like over here. It's going to be like a spider egg or whatever type thing. And they basically appear from 1-star dungeons in the Longshade area. And in order for them to appear, you have to have the Zephyr rune, and if you don't know how to get this, it's going to be in the rune crafting bench. In the rune anvil, you're going to have to unlock that node. You want to craft 1 rune slate air, and then from there you'll be able to craft the rune slate Zephyr, and then from the Zephyr you can craft the Zephyr rune. Now this will be in the quest line, but I'm not there at the quest line, so I'm not sure if I can find the egg for you. But at least I showed you guys the screenshot. I'll do a couple of the 1-star dungeons and see if any of them pop up. So I'm just going to equip that real quick and I'll see what happens. I did some 1-star dungeons and I guess it just didn't want to appear, so I guess you'll have to get to a certain point in the quest line. It'll let you know that you'll have to craft the Zephyr rune, and then the spider Kraken thing or whatever is going to appear. But shoutouts to Nick for the screenshot. I just found it in the Trovosaurus Discord, and I would have shown you guys my quest thing reset because I exported my account again, so that was a little bit annoying. But regardless, it's an increased chance to spawn those eggs when defeating dungeons in the Longshade area. Pretty sure it's 1-star dungeons, but I guess maybe 5-star dungeons work as well. And the last thing that I did want to talk about is this community letter, where it talks about the up versus down. So if you guys don't know, this will be the new event that's coming out in September. If I had to guess, it's going to be this coming Tuesday. And if you didn't know, this is similar to like the last year's Fire and Ice, or like the Fae versus Undead or something like that. So it's always like a versus type of event. So just a heads up that it will be appearing on Tuesday. As far as the update goes, it could drop with this, but we don't entirely know. If I had to guess, the event's going to come out this Tuesday, and then the other update will come out the following Tuesday. But I guess we'll have to see. But anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about for this video. If they do drop more patch notes or anything important that I should talk about, then I'll make a video on it. But it seems like they're not adding too much in the patch notes, so maybe not too much will happen. But as far as things go, that's gonna be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or if you find yourself coming back. And like always, thank you all so much for listening, watching, viewing, and subscribing, and I will talk to you all later.